Hello, everyone. Today we are doing Austin versus Atlanta. So this is North Atlanta area. So today we are going to dig in. So by the way, Sue and we help people sell homes in the North Atlanta and Atlanta area. You can reach out to us using the description below or calling us or anything else, but you can reach us at 770-626-5712. We'd be happy to do a presentation for you and help you decide if you're moving from Austin to the Atlanta area. So, and stay tuned because we're going to show you houses in Austin as well as comparing them to the Atlanta area. All right, so let's go and dig into Austin. What do we want to know about the cost of living in Austin compared to?
Well, if you're listening from Austin, you know that the saying, keep Austin weird, has become the keep Austin expensive, because Austin has become the undisputed tech hub of Texas. It's also seen its cost of living, particularly housing, skyrocket past that point in every other major state. And surprisingly, even past the market in the North Metro Atlanta area. And in the North Metro Atlanta area, we have Alpharetta, which is the tech hub of the Southeast. So anyway, today we're talking about the true cost of living in Austin and why North Atlanta represents a significant financial upgrade to a lot of people. In Austin, the median home price is often $100,000 to $150,000 higher than North Atlanta. Austin's combination of their higher price and high property taxes in Texas, it really can impact your family's budget. So the other thing is, North Atlanta is renowned for having excellent schools districts. And how do these compare to the top rated schools in the Austin suburbs? So let's first start with housing. The most critical difference is that the median home sale price in Austin is about $445,000 to $540,000. Areas closer to those tech centers with the great schools that you're looking for often exceed $650,000 as far as a median price. This suggests that Austin's average home price is a staggering 17 to 20% higher than the Atlanta metro area. Now, add on top of that the Texas tax burden. The effective property tax rate in some counties is between 1.61% to 1.83% on an average, $500,000 home. This means you have an annual tax bill between $8,000 and $9,000.
Wow.
In North Atlanta, you're typically paying for that same $500,000 home somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 a year. If you're looking at a comparable home in terms of square footage, you're going to pay a lot less for it in Atlanta than you are in Austin. So let's look at the home that Mary Ellen has up on the
Let's look at this great house. So it's actually a townhouse. It's 4409 Festive Path. It's Unit 26 in Austin, Texas. It's 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, and it's only 1,800 square feet. It's a townhome, and it's $545,000, Sue. So it's pretty. It's very new and modern and everything else like that, which you might want that. But it's a townhouse, and your taxes are going to be, what do you say, close to $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, where in Georgia, it's gonna be a lot less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Atlanta then. What else can you tell us about Atlanta compared to Austin?
Well, let's talk about utilities in that home. First of all, utilities are comparable to or slightly lower than the Atlanta area, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
They can run you 3 to 8% less in Austin than in Atlanta. Let's talk about traffic and transportation to work. Austin's legendary, but so is Atlanta in terms of having poor public transportation. I mean, there is some here. We do have MARTA, but in general, you need a car. Especially in Austin, you need a car. So that means that, you're going to spend a lot of time commuting. There's a lot of congestion on the roads, plus fuel cost. And this past week, fuel cost really jumped up. So that's a whole nother discussion we can handle some other day. But anyway, groceries Austin may be slightly less expensive than Atlanta, about 5% lower than Atlanta. Childcare in schools, childcare is expensive. It's highly competitive in a high income demographic. You know, you're going to look at about $1,400 to $2,000 a month for childcare. Austin suburbs host excellent school districts, but that's also going to lengthen your commute if you're working in downtown Austin.
Right.
Just like here, the North Metro Atlanta suburbs have excellent schools. Depends upon where you're working as far as where you should live in the Atlanta area, because Atlanta's bigger than a lot of people think. For an Austin resident, the move to North Atlanta has a two-pronged financial upgrade though. Lower entry costs, you can save tens of thousands of dollars on the purchase price of your home. You also have a lower tax burden than you do in Texas. But here's the breakdown of what someone that's thinking about moving to the North Atlanta area should know about the cost of living. Overall, the cost of living in the North Atlanta area is slightly above Georgia state average cost of living, but it's slightly below the US national average. Housing or rent tends to be the biggest variable and expense, but that depends upon which area you're living in. If you're living in a suburb that is well located or has desirable schools, that can impact the rent or cost of the home that you're going to purchase. So now let's look at some homes in the North Atlanta area. And Mary Ellen, which one are we looking at first?
So we're going to look at 1632 Tide Mill Road, and that's in Cumming, and it's sold at $550. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2649 square feet. So you're getting over 1,000 more square feet for the same price point, and you're getting a house compared to a townhouse in Austin. So this is just so that you can see, this is actually new construction, which is really nice. So you can compare and contrast. The kitchen's bigger and the area is bigger there too. So this is what you get for your money in Cumming. And Cumming is a little north of Alpharetta off 400, and you actually get a yard, which is really nice. The next house we're looking at is sold at $540, and the address was 8230 Dawson View Way in Cumming. 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 2,300 square feet. It was like it's sold in no time. You know, things kind of sell quickly at this price point in the area. So it's very competitive.
A ranch, which is highly desirable for a lot of people.
Yes, a ranch with a little basement type area. So this is kind of what you get for your money for $540,000 in just a little north. Compared to Austin, it's, you know, you got the value there. So, and also the taxes, but remember, Texas doesn't have state income tax. So sometimes I feel everything kind of works itself out. What do you think, Sue?
Yeah, well, the base rate on the state income tax here in Georgia is 4%. And then depending upon what area you're in, they can layer additional taxes on top of that base rate. So your taxes can end up close to, 8.9% in some areas. That's just for your sales tax. Now, property taxes, Fulton County is about 1.09% of the effective property tax rate. Some other counties are a little bit less, such as Forsyth County, but then Gwinnett County is about 1.3%. So that's even higher than Fulton County. But some of these counties, depending upon your age, do offer a senior discount.
Yes. So this one is 8110 Brenton. It's also in Cumming. It's a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,700 square feet, and it's beautiful. And it's in a subdivision with tennis courts and pickleball courts. So you actually see a lifestyle and a fire pit. But look at that sunset there. So that's sold for $550,000. So those are just comparing and contrasting. What else do we need to know? Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that we still need to discuss about the difference?
Yeah, just about other cost of living items such as utilities. Utilities in Atlanta are generally considered moderately priced compared to national averages. Remember, transportation, we do have MARTA. You can get a 30-day pass. It costs about $95 a month, but depending upon where you're working, you might be driving a lot, and gas prices are kind of up in the air right now. Groceries and so forth. Atlanta tends to track around the national average for groceries. Dining out, Atlanta's a foodie town. It really depends upon where you dine as to, what you'll spend a month on that. In Fulton County, particularly, there's no school tuitions, but there are plenty of private schools that you can choose from. That it really depends, again, on what area of the North Metro Atlanta area you choose to live in. But there's lots of options. Compared to many high-cost states, I would say North Metro Atlanta tends to offer a good value for the money, especially when you're factoring in housing compared to other high-cost metro areas. We have reasonable utilities, food, and moderate taxes.
Okay, so if you're looking to move from Austin to the Atlanta area or Atlanta to Austin, we can help you out. If you're just thinking about it, please reach out to us. You can reach out to us at 770-626-5172. You can click on one of the links below and make an appointment with us. And Sue, my partner in crime, thank you for telling us all about Austin today. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Take care.
Thank you.